Do you think there's more to cats than meets the eye? Do you feel drawn to cats, lions, and tigers? Oh yeah, this little guy wants to go down. Or do you sometimes even think there's a bit of a cat in you? Well, today I'm going to give you a completely different perspective on cats, tigers, all the felines. Stay till the end because the last thing I'm going to tell you is really going to surprise you. Welcome, beautiful starseeds and earth angels. I'm Natasha, Cosmic Empress, and I'd love for you to join this channel and to hit the little bell if you're interested in hearing about starseeds, spirituality, ascension updates, readings. I do all that good juicy stuff, and today is one of those really juicy videos. How do I know all this? I get the information directly from the source, from the Akashic Records, the Book of Life, and I'm also a Akashic Records reader and channel. So if you are wondering if you're a starseed, if you want to know more about your past lives, your soul origin, yes, I do readings, and you can book a reading with me. Right now, I'm going to open up for a very special reading for a special discounted price if you want to know about your starseed origins. The link is down below. When you join my free Cosmic Academy, you can access that for a couple of days. I'm going to have that up, so go ahead and check that out. So let's dive right in. You're interested in cats. Perhaps you have a deeper connection to a specific cat, or perhaps your spirit animal is a lion or a tiger or a panther. Perhaps you feel that there's something more to these beautiful animals than we see. And you're right, you're absolutely right, because I'm going to tell you 4 different connections and types of cat feline beings that exist. And the last one I think is really going to surprise you, okay? So make sure you watch to the end, and I'll tell you something really amazing and beautiful. Okay, now the first type of cat being I want to talk about are the Syrian lion beings. A lot of you who are watching may have a connection to Sirius. Either you are a Syrian starseed, or you have a spirit guide that is a Syrian starseed. And a lot of you may even be Syrian lion being starseeds. That means that before coming here and incarnating as a normal human like you and me, like we are, before incarnating here, you incarnated first on Sirius in form of a feline being. And a few of you have commented on my channel that you have memories, past life memories of being a cat, of being in a different place, of having this very feline energy, of, you know, slinking through the undergrowth, of having claws, of a cat mother. Recently, I've seen a lot of comments on that. And yes, it's possible that you are a Syrian lion being starseed. Now, what are the characteristics of a Syrian lion being starseed walking on this earth? Syrians in general are very harmony loving. The Syrian starseeds came here to bring harmony to planet Earth, peace and harmony and advancement to society. So in general, no matter what kind of Syrian starseed you were, if you were in form of a human, a whale, a dolphin, a unicorn, a lion, yeah, I've seen all those. It's food for another video. Sirius, we're not going to talk about all of that, but in general, I found all the starseeds have an incredible drive to bring harmony and well-being and good feeling and balance to this planet. I already talked about the Pleiadians. I made a video on that. For example, the Pleiadians are about transformation. They move fast. They like to accelerate things. Syrians love to bring peace and harmony. And Syrians on their own planet have built, or on their own planets, I should say, built incredible societies. Societies where everybody worked together really, really well and really smoothly. And every time I have regressed with a client to Sirius, I felt this connection of every soul that lived there. I felt almost a telepathic connection. I felt a very harmonious vibe. Also, the masculine and feminine of a Syrian lion being starseed is very balanced. the man and woman, like the macho and the female aspects, are not that pronounced, I would say. So in general, all Syrian starseeds are very, very balanced in their divine masculine and divine feminine. And one thing that I found about the lion beings from Sirius is the incredible strength of their heart. Okay, those of you who have connected to a Syrian lion being as a spirit guide, which I have, my first primary spirit guide that ever came to me is a Syrian lion being, and that's how I got to know this incredible strength and power and energy of the heart chakra, of the love and healing, of that powerful warmth and heat that comes from a Syrian lion being's heart. I mean, think about the legends, you know, King Lionheart, you know, the heart of a lion. Lion is the king of all the beasts. That's not for nothing. It's because these beautiful souls, the Syrian lion beings, have such incredible grace and power and love and a sense of protection for those who they love. If you have a Syrian lion being as a spirit guide, it's amazing because you will never feel afraid. You will never feel alone. Whenever I am feeling a little bit sad or like upset, I just call on my Syrian lion being. Aslan, I call him. He came to me as Aslan, and immediately I can run up to him in my mind and just kind of bury my face in his mane, and I hear his big purr and his heartbeat and his heart, and I just feel such strength and power and so much love that like it just drives away everything that's negative in me. I just become so calm and balanced. And that's basically the energy of the Syrian lion being. The strength and the power and the underlying, it's like a base energy of strong, protective love. And it is so powerful that you just feel as though you're protected in a cocoon, but it makes you strong at the same time, if you know what I mean. So the incredible heart of a lion being, the incredible courage and strength. Whenever I'm fearful or whenever I'm driving, I will call on my Syrian lion being, and I can see him, a giant, he looks like a huge lion. I call him Aslan, right? Like a huge lion, like the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. He looks exactly like that. And I have no fear. Whenever I think something is a little precarious, I see him there, I visualize him there running beside my car when I'm driving. I just visualize him standing behind me like this. And it's like, you know, nothing can touch me, nothing can harm me. It's like this protective strength and courage comes right into me, and it's like, it makes me strong, it makes me fearless, it makes me unstoppable. That's the power of a Syrian lion being. And it's a beautiful thing. And those of you who are Syrian lion beings, you are unstoppable. You can reach any goal you want. You are fearless, you're fierce. That's the base of your character. And at the same time, you're so full of love that people won't fear you, but they'll respect you, okay? So the Syrian lion beings have such a beautiful, wonderful energy, so peaceful, balancing, so harmonious. I just love it. It's really beautiful. You want to be in the video today? You want to be in the video today, little girl? Also, the planetary system of Sirius is very, very advanced technologically. Society is very advanced. Technology is very advanced. Syrians are very social. They love to serve. They come in service. A lot of Syrian starseeds here come in absolute service to humanity. They're like, I'll do whatever it takes. I want to serve. I want to help. They have this beautiful energy of just being of service. I want to be of service. I want to help. I want to do my best. I want to help everybody be happy. Syrians are very, very inclusive. All the Syrian starseeds, they like to work together to build society. They're very good at technology. They're very good at information, at communication, all those aspects of a very advanced society. That is what Syrians stand for in the lion beings as well. Now here's a Syrian lion being YouTuber who's quite famous. I watch her videos, and yesterday when I was thinking about this video, I saw her and I knew she's a Syrian lion being. 100%. I've not checked her records, but look at her. Just look, watch her. Look at her hair and look at the picture behind her on the wall, right? There's always little indications. You know, the starseeds, they always have some kind of little sign, symbol, something that pops up. And she's a great example of a Syrian lion being. She has heart. She emits a lot of courage and strength. She's not afraid of anything. She's really going to make it in this world. She's very technologically savvy. She really wants to serve. You can tell she puts out YouTube videos to help. You trust her inherently. You feel safe with her. You feel as though in her videos and what she teaches you, she takes care of you very well. She is in total service to humanity. That's a very typical Syrian lion being. And I feel that a lot of us have Syrian lion beings as spirit guides because they truly want to serve. They're truly here to help us. And right now we need a lot of help right now in our ascension process, where we are at right now as human beings on this planet, trying to open up, trying to figure out who we are, trying to get ahead, trying to ascend. We really need help, and those higher dimensional Syrian lion beings are there to give us strength and courage and help us persevere. Now the second type of cat being is the lion being or feline being from the constellation of Lyra. So Lyra, just as Sirius, is a big star system. I feel that it's also had many different planets in different types of evolutionary phases, and yes, cat beings or lion beings have been there in different phases or stages of evolution. And I've also had a lot of people who have been from Lyra and who have incarnated as cat beings. It's interesting that I had one client who incarnated as a lower dimensional cat being, so kind of like the cats here on planet Earth that are in third density consciousness, which is just one consciousness level below us. We're in fourth density consciousness. So one client incarnated as a normal cat being there, but on a different planet. Then she incarnated as a human being or a humanoid creature being on a different planet in Lyra with a higher level of consciousness. So I feel that on different planets in Lyra, there have been different consciousness levels of cat beings. The Lyrans in general are very lively, very creative, very artistic. So those who come from Lyra, who have been lion or cat beings from that constellation, especially the planet Vega, are the ones who are very creative. They're the artists, the singers, the musicians, the ones who love to stand in the limelight. Perhaps if you think of the Leo astrology energy, that is a little bit of the Lyran energy. When a spotlight falls on a Lyran starseed, cat or not cat being, they just shine. A lot of entertainers today are from Lyra, and they have been Lyran lion beings or cat beings. So that's really interesting. It's a really different energy than the Syrian starseed. The Lyran starseed, lion beings, they're the ones with big hair. They're the entertainers. They're the ones that everybody loves to see. A vegan starseed in the limelight is just, you love to watch them. They're not boring. You just want to watch them all the time. So that is really interesting. So the energy of the Lyran starseed, if you feel that you are very connected to cats, but you are super, super creative, you love to create things, you have that muse in you. Also, you love to create different things, different art forms. I find that starseeds from there have multiple creative talents, not only one. So that energy is very different from the Syrian one. And look who came back to remind us. You want to say hello again, Leo? We're talking about lion beings. Lion beings, yeah. You want to stay here a little bit? You want to stay here a little bit? Now the third type of cat being I want to talk about are the cat people from Spica in the constellation of Virgo. Now, Spica is another soul group of origin that is walking on this earth today. They're not that well known. There are not that many starseeds from Spica, but I have seen and I know a few of them. Now, Spica is another star system with three main types of beings. Two are humanoid, one very high vibrational light being, the other ones are more lower density humans, and the third one is the cat person. So these cat people actually have their own planet. It's a planet in the constellation of Spica where nature is very intact and where these cat beings chose not to advance themselves technologically. They chose this, okay? So you can imagine cat heaven. You can imagine a place where there are different climate zones, very green, a lot of forest, a lot of jungle, where the highest vibrational, the highest consciousness beings are the cats that have evolved from a third density to a fourth density completely by themselves. And these cat beings, they like it that way. They like it quiet, they like it calm. It's how you imagine a typical cat to be. The cats who kind of like they meditate, they're very cool, they seem to be very intelligent, they don't like to mess a lot with others, they're very social at the same time, but they're very tranquil, very peaceful. And that's what I got from that planet. So the cat beings there, they're actually very spiritual beings. They're very connected to their planet, they're very connected to spirit. They are telepathic, they communicate telepathically, and they love to be in groups, but they also like to have their own space. So those cat beings, to me, felt very much like the cats that we know today. You know, if you think of just a house cat, a normal cat, how they interact and how they're so relaxed and peaceful, and they don't get bothered a lot. They don't have very highs, very lows in emotion. They're just very tranquil. They like to chill out. They like to do their own thing. That's kind of the vibe I got from this planet, from those cat beings from Spica. And I feel that our cats here on Earth have a close connection to those cat beings from Spica. There is a very close connection there. That brings us to the last type of cat being that might surprise you. Those are the cat beings from planet Earth. Yes. Okay. So now bear with me. Here on planet Earth, animals are of the third density and humans are of the fourth density. All right. We know that animal consciousness is just a different consciousness level. I wouldn't say it's lower necessarily. It just has stayed at a certain point of consciousness. There was an evolutionary jump in consciousness, maybe about starting 1 million years ago, where the primitive man, so to say, jumped in consciousness and started to gain fourth density consciousness, or the consciousness that we have today. And as we know, we as humans are moving up one consciousness level. We're attempting to move into the fifth dimension, into that higher consciousness level. We're attempting that right now. So the cat beings I'm talking about are actually human beings. So if you totally resonate with cats, but you don't really resonate with starseeds, you may have lived many lifetimes as a cat or as a lion on Earth, and then made that consciousness jump to the next level and incarnated as a human being from then on. Okay, this sounds crazy, but when a planet forms, it's of first density, the rocks and the gases, and then it jumps into second density, then third, then fourth. And each one is a level of consciousness of life. And some souls choose to go on that journey. So it could be that if you're watching, if you're an earth seed, that you incarnated like that. You're part of Mother Gaia, the Mother Gaia complex. Then at the first evolutionary jump, you jumped into a plant consciousness and you were a tree. You reincarnated as plant life many times, until there was another consciousness jump onto animal consciousness. And at a more recent time, 2% of all human beings actually jumped into that consciousness from an animal form. Especially cats, who have been close to humans for many, many life cycles, have gained that level of consciousness that they were able to jump into the fourth density, into that consciousness where they could reincarnate in a human body. That's truly how it works. So some of you watching may have done that. Some of you watching may have gone through those many, many, many millions of incarnational cycles on the way to becoming a human being today. And I've had one client, yes, only one client who I have worked with in the Akashic Records who is not a starseed. And that's one of my cousins. So I just kind of talked to him about it and did his Akashic Records reading and clearing session. So not one single client who has come to me looking for information has been an earth seed. They've all been star seeds, because earth seeds are usually not drawn to this type of information or, this type of energy. But from that one client, from that one example, I saw the soul's evolution, and I actually saw over 1 million cycles of incarnation, starting at the lowest level, starting at amoebas, when amoebas formed, going up through the different stages of evolution of plant life to animal life, and then into the human form. And the thing is that, for example, pets, those animals that are very close to humans and are treated almost like humans by us, are part of this consciousness, can develop their consciousness to such an extent that they're able to make that jump and incarnate as humans. So in order for an animal to up it a level, it must incarnate as a human, sadly. So that is the fourth surprising type of cat being. And the information that I downloaded today as I was brewing on this subject is that our pet cats have starseed spirit guides, or stewards. They have stewards, I would call them, that are high dimensional cat beings or lion beings. Today specifically, I got that download that the cat beings from Spica in the constellation of Virgo are stewards over our pets, and they're intimately connected to them, and they guide them and they protect them, and they lead them to specific owners so that they can make that evolutionary jump. And I swear, Leo, my cat, has such a high level of intelligence and consciousness. It's not like a normal cat. The way he looks at me, the way he pays attention, his energy, his vibration is really, really special. And I actually checked in his Akashic record, not next lifetime, but the one after, he will be ready to jump up one level, and he will be able to incarnate as a human being. It sounds crazy, I know, but that's what I got. And maybe you can relate a little bit. Maybe you have a pet, or you have a close affinity to a specific animal that is just so intelligent and so wise and so awake and so right there and so sensitive and so just this knowing is there that you will help this animal jump up in consciousness next time round, or in the next few times around. That's how it works. Think about it. We are going into the next dimension, and when we are reincarnated, our bodies will be different. Our consciousness will be different. We will be in the fifth dimension. We'll be in a higher density. So why should the thought be so crazy that animals also have the ability to jump up one consciousness level? Does it make sense? To me, it makes sense. So I hope that has given you a little more insight of how you connect to feline energy. And if you truly want to know, remember, you can work with me. Check the link below in the description box. All the information is there. If you're curious, check it out, and maybe we can work something out. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all. Natasha, Cosmic Empress.